Hey guys, the Joe Madden Sports Podcast here, joined this afternoon by a special guest. I have a Jeff of the New York Revival, El Jefé on Twitter. Jeff, El Jefe, I feel like calling you El Jefe for the full show. How's it going?
You stick with Jefé. If that's what you're comfortable with, then I'm comfortable with it. I couldn't be better. I am just like riding high from this win last night by the Rangers. It's been so fun. It's been tough as a New York sports fan in like the last decade. So you got to enjoy last night because it's only by tonight I'll be starting to get anxiety about the next series. So
I don't think you need anxiety. We've looked at how you guys played Tampa in the regular season. I think you're in for a good one here. You guys did phenomenal last night, winning on the road in Carolina. Hats off to you guys.
what a win. I mean, we talked a little bit about it in the pre-show, but just getting that
Sorry,
early
El
power
Jefe.
play
I don't know if
goal.
you can hear me. It looks like we're having a little bit of internet connections here.
I can hear you. It was breaking up a tiny bit. I apologize. Hopefully it's getting better.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of technical issues here, you guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to bring him right back in here in a second. We'll see if we can get things going again. There we go. Hopefully we have a steadier connection now.
I hope so. Do I sound better? I jumped back.
You sound perfect.
Okay.
Absolutely perfect. So again, congratulations to your Rangers.
Thank you so much. It was such a fun win. We said I was with a couple of my friends before the game. But by the way, long weekend, right? Like the end of a 3-day weekend. You got this game at 8:00. Like you're not gonna like go to bed early when that's happening. Game 7. So watched with a couple of friends. We were like, what are the odds that this is like an easy win? Like just like Rangers just cruise and just prove that they're a better team. And they did it. And it just couldn't have been better. It was just such a fun game to watch as a fan.
Yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. Going up 2-0 in that first period. It was a breath of fresh air for everyone betting on the New York Rangers yesterday, for sure.
Yes, and I was one of them. I am a fan, so sometimes I have to separate betting with my heart and my head, but I just bet all in last night on the Rangers. I just felt the money line and I just went for it.
Oh, absolutely. They just dominated in that game. It was great to see. I loved what you guys are doing. I think you're going to play strong against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Any thoughts on this next series?
It's going to be a tough one. This is kind of like a heavyweight matchup that, if you're an up-and-coming team, this is the one you look towards because they're back-to-back champs. They've won something like 10 series in a row. We're getting them on 10 days rest. They swept their opponent in the second round. So, like, this is not an easy matchup. It's going to be hard for the Rangers to come out with granted it's at the Garden, so they got the home ice advantage at least, but they're going to have to come out hot somehow on very little rest after like a huge emotionally draining series. 2 of them really back-to-back 7-game series. So it's a lot of hockey on these guys, but they're so tough. They are young. I think that helps them. But I don't see any team as unbeatable. This is obviously their best matchup. It's going to get harder as you go, but like they've overachieved consistently this year, and maybe they're just good, and maybe we need to stop thinking that they're overachieving.
Could you see them taking the Stanley Cup?
Well, yeah, in my heart. That's what I want to see. I dream about it several times a day, but I mean, why not? Why not us, right?
Yeah, why not? It's like in football, any given Sunday, it definitely can happen. Talking about football, I have to say, your video on YouTube about the Giants, about the draft, after that draft was absolutely hilarious. You got to tell me how you do that.
So it started with, and I never knew that I like wrote sketch comedy or made videos. I never knew that's who I was. But then at the beginning of this season, Giants Twitter it's a mess, right? There's so many fans going at each other all the time. So I decided to just have some fun. I did have the idea for a couple months, but then right before the season last year, I put out a video of 2 Giants fans arguing with each other, only I was both Giants fans. So I set up my phone and I like look this way as if I'm talking to someone. And then this guy makes these points and then I edit it so it just looks like a conversation. And then it just grew from there and it got a good response. So I just kept going and I managed to put one out every single week. And that's with having the flu, with having COVID. I didn't miss a single week. I'm really proud of that. But they just like gained good momentum. I think it helped be a little bit therapy for Giants fans because there's just so much frustration and turnover and all that. I'm like, we need to be a little bit more lighthearted here. So I think it helped bring a little bit of comedy to what has been a stressful situation being a Giants fan. But I think I've played like 6 different characters on this thing now. I bring in a couple friends to play characters, but I put them all on my YouTube channel, El Jefe on YouTube. It's all in my Twitter bio as well. If you want to check them out, I think I made like 25 of them, and I just do them now with the off season. I do them a little bit less frequently, maybe one a month or once every couple weeks or something. But I did a draft one. There's still fans that are unhappy after the draft. It's like the Giants are getting better. Like, just stop complaining. Just give it a little bit of time. There's still
Yeah,
people will just complain no matter what. So I make fun of those people.
absolutely. So are you getting your material from reading like what people are complaining about them?
Yeah, I am immersed in the Giants community big time. It is such a strong community. It is a dysfunctional family. And that's where all the material comes from. I take what everybody says into consideration, and I figure out how I feel, and then I try to put a positive spin on it. And I think people align to it and relate to it because you're either one fan or the other,
Yep.
right? Like, or you're undecided and you enjoy watching the debate. So it's kind of, I think that's why Giants fans have liked them and kind of gravitated towards them. It's that you can relate to them no matter how you feel.
It is so fun. Any thoughts on expanding to other teams?
Yes, definitely. I think I'm a real diehard Giants fan, and I have a lot more history and pain and all of that. So like there's a lot of old school references that I put in these Giants videos. So
Yep.
one thought I had is like, especially during the off season, is doing just non-sports, just anything that I find funny, just make a couple characters and just start making videos and throw that on YouTube. And what's the worst that happens? You know, if people like them, that's great. If not, that's okay too. But like I said, I didn't know I could make videos or write comedy, but apparently I should just keep doing that because it's fun.
Yeah, you absolutely should because they're hilarious as well. I went and subscribed to your YouTube channel. I was laughing. I watched a handful of them. I could have sat there and watched them all day. And that's why I say, like, if you expand to the other teams or to other things that you like, your content is fantastic. And I know everyone would love to see it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just going to keep going. And we have this New York Revival podcast that we just started too. Really, really exciting. Only started a couple months ago. We already had Tiki Barber on. We had Joy Taylor on from Fox Sports. So it's a sports and entertainment show with my 2 good friends, Eli and Spiro, that I met through the Giants community. And that's just been a lot of fun. We just kind of, we all got our start writing articles and podcasting. We just started our own thing, and it's been a lot of fun. It's only been a couple months, and it's growing quickly, and it's a ton of fun. And we're going to have you on that channel this week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited for it. Can you tell me where the idea for the New York Revival came from then?
We wanted to branch out from just Giants. A lot of Giants podcasts there's great personalities, and I love all the content they do, but we just wanted to put a different spin on it, maybe include other sports, which is working out great with this run that the Rangers are going on, because we can like dive into that. It's not like we're a Giants podcast, we are New York sports. But the Revival it's been 10 years since a major sports championship, assuming you don't count the MLS, which most people don't, as a major champion. So it's been so long. I think the Giants 2012 Super Bowl was the last championship. So it's been a cold, dark decade. So we want to revive New York sports. We want to ride the wave into bringing New York sports back. Now you got the Yankees and Mets kicking ass. You've got the Rangers on this playoff run. Giants and Jets both had really good drafts. They're on the rise. So I feel like our timing is right to revive New York sports, but we want to have a lot of fun with it as well. We want to bring in betting. We want to bring in fantasy. We want to bring in entertainment, like people in the media. So we kind of just cast a wide net as to the content we can create. And we're basically just 3 really good friends just having a great time. So it's easy to get together and have fun with it.
Yeah, what's better than that? What time do your shows air then?
We usually do Tuesday nights at 8:30. We'll go live on Twitter and YouTube. We're going to do a Rangers show tonight. We're all really excited. We have a couple guests coming on, so we're really pumped up to do that. And we try to go live every week. Occasionally take some weeks off or throw in some extra videos here and there. We're going to continue to push out more content and just and find our way. But it's off to a really good start.
That's fantastic. So where can people find all of the shows?
Yeah, if you go to New York Revival on Twitter, you can catch us there. Eli and Spiro, you should follow them on Twitter too if you're into New York sports. And everything has like just kind of a hangout at the bar kind of vibe. Like we are just regular sports fans. We're from 3 completely different locations. What's crazy, we've been working together and known each other for years. And only 2 weeks ago did we actually all get in the same place at the same time. Cause like
Wow.
I'm kind of on the Jersey Shore. One guy's in Staten Island, one guy's in like Northwest Jersey. And so it's hard to all get together, but we made it happen. And while hanging out, it was just like we were doing a show. Like it's just who we are. We're just comfortable having fun, laughing, talking sports. So that's what the show is. And it feels like you're part of it. One thing we do that separates us, I think, is we bring on fans, like the people who aren't content creators. They're
Yeah.
just big fans. We let them join the show. So it's kind of like a TV radio show where people come on, they're on video, they're on camera, and they get their voice heard, as opposed to just commenting in the YouTube section or just watching the shows. They actually get to come on the show. So like we feel like we're a show for the people. When we had Tiki Barber on, we let 3 fans come on to like meet Tiki Barber and talk
Oh,
to him.
that's
So
awesome.
yeah, so like we're trying to be a little bit different in that way, but we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, all that stuff is in the Twitter is where all the action is, right? So like that's
Yeah.
where we live. That's where all the info can be found.
Okay, so where did your sense of humor come from? Because you have a great one. Is it from your parents?
My parents would say they have no idea because they're not really like me. I don't
Yeah.
know. I used to do a comedy podcast a couple of years ago. I've just
Okay.
always been like a sarcastic kind of wise ass, and I enjoy video production. I was a musician. I guess I'm technically still a musician, but I played music, so that's where I got a little bit of the editing skills to do that stuff. And then these Giants videos was kind of a culmination of everything I'm passionate about, which is the Giants, it's comedy, it's editing. There is a I don't know if I can say this word, so I won't. But there's a guy that plays music.
You can say the word.
Okay, he's called the acoustic douche because he just shows up randomly in these videos and he'll play like one line from a song that kind of goes with the theme. So like I even brought music into it a little bit. So it's kind of like literally everything of who I am
Yeah.
is put into these 2-minute videos that they take way longer than 2 minutes to make. But
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's
how
all in
long
there.
do they actually take to make?
I would say it takes, if it's just me by myself, I can
Yeah.
record all the parts in like a half hour, 30 to
Okay.
40 minutes. So that's not bad. I'm like literally just swapping shirts and sitting down in a different seat, moving the camera, my phone. It's all done on my phone. Like it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to keep it as simple as possible. And just rely on the content to carry it because I don't have time for all that crazy post-production stuff. But editing will take anywhere from like 1 to 3 hours. If I sat down and did it straight. But I like that part too. That's like the fun work. And then seeing the finished product is always if I make myself laugh, then usually other people will laugh too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was laughing watching all of them. I love everything that you're doing on Twitter. Even I commented on one of your posts today. You guys have to go see it. It's so funny. Side by side of you beside a kiddie pool. And I'm drawing a blank on the singer's name that was in his mansion pool.
Oh, it was actually LeBron James.
Oh, it was LeBron James. Okay.
It was something he posted
Yep.
not even recently, but when I was in my kiddie pool and I'm like, it's like a Saturday afternoon. People are posting like at parties or doing those crazy things. I have like 2 little kids running around. I'm like, I think it would be funny if I did a side by side with this LeBron James. So my wife is like over there. I'm like, don't mind what I'm doing right now. Like she thinks I'm ridiculous. She thinks I'm like, she watches these videos. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about or like what you're doing, but you're out of your mind. She's just like not phased by anything I do
Yeah.
anymore. But I'm like, don't mind me. I'm just taking a selfie in the kiddie pool. It'll make sense later. And she just lets me do my thing. So it works.
Oh, that is awesome. How many little kids do you have running around then?
I got 2 kids. I got a 1.5-year-old boy and a girl that's going to be 4 this summer.
Oh,
They're the
wow.
best.
That's awesome. Family definitely is the best, Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me here. Let me know again where people can find you, can find all your content, find your shows so that they can follow you.
Sure. I am Jefé Pill on Twitter, El Jefe. In my bio, you can find the New York Revival. Highly recommend if you're a New York sports fan to jump on there, join us. You can join the show. We love interacting with people on Twitter. Eli and Spiro, my 2 good friends, are very good follows on Twitter as well. We're just out there. We're in the Giants community, but now expanding our reach. It's just so fun. The Twitter is where all the action is. Like I said, that's how I found you. That's how I started
Yep.
following you. So Thank you so much for having me. This is a lot of fun. And I'm going to see you tomorrow too, because you're coming on
Yeah.
my show.
I'll see you tomorrow. Absolute pleasure having you here. I'm going to go watch some more of your YouTube videos. I got to get to know your personality a little bit more better. Like I said, I watched 5 of them and I was laughing. Can't wait to watch the rest. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
thank you. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'll be back at the bottom of the hour with another Joe Madden Sports podcast. Al Jefé, Jeff, thank you.
Thank you.